There we go. All right, there we go. Just had to sort something out, and my face came off for a little bit, but now I'm here. Jack's doing something important right now, so he's not able to. He's got himself on mute. But how is it going, everyone, on the Argyle Way? We are back. We are back yet again. My glasses are so messed up, but we are back yet again on the Argyle Way. It's great to do another preview. It's great to go deep through this season already. We're nearly 2 games in, and it's going to be absolutely incredible right now. I'm here with Ben right now. Do you want to say what anything else from what YouTube channel as well you're on? Should be great.
Yeah, so we're from the Voices of the Vic podcast. So you find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you normally tend to go for like all your podcasts. And that's we basically just follow the team. We do previews, reviews. We've interviewed players as well because we've got contacts with the clubs. So yeah, if you're interested, head over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, and you'll see all our latest content. But firstly, guys, thank you for having me on today. I'm looking forward to speaking about the game tomorrow. We had the pleasure.
No problem, Ben.
speaking to Jack the
Yeah.
other day. Top guy. He cracked me out with a few things he was talking about. Firstly,
Yeah.
I don't understand how he can speak without taking a breath half the time. He just seemed like 100 miles per hour.
That's so true. I'll confess that is true.
I've known Jack long enough that I already know most of these things already about him, so that's absolutely fantastic.
No, unfortunately, that's a problem with both streams and when I record videos. I'll talk about some sort of thing that I think will be a fact, and then my voice goes. Then 5 seconds later, it comes back or some sort. So I'll just do what I can. Really,
that's normal, Jack. Yep. But it's unusual today because Liam, it's the first time that Liam is not here on a preview, which is very, very surprising. But he's out today, so he will not be on the preview today.
Okay.
But
we're meme free today. We're meme free today.
Yep. Obviously, the usual person next to me, and then I'm the usual person who's on most of the previews. But obviously, I wasn't on the preview last week because I was on holiday. But now I'm back on the previews again. But it's great to be back. But we are here for the preview for Watford versus Plymouth Argyle. I never thought I would be saying that team, Watford, anytime on this channel. But we're in the Championship, and now we'll have to get used to saying these names for now. But it's absolutely incredible. From a couple months ago when we was playing in League One and we was playing the likes of Port Vale and all these other teams, we never thought we would be coming up against these types of teams. But now
this is our first competitive match in a league against Watford since 2010 when we went down.
Yep, 13 years, and I was only 7 back then. So we've
more recently played their local rivals than Watford themselves.
Yeah, you could say that.
We won't be playing them this season because they've got themselves promoted to the Premier League, which Ben, I'm pretty sure, is absolutely fuming about for obvious reasons.
Thanks for a reminder.
No problem at all.
They're building a good Championship side for next season, aren't they?
No, honestly, Ben, I'm still waiting for the day with years to come. Someone's going to come onto this podcast going, "Oh yeah, by the way, Exeter's in the Championship." I'm like, "Yeah, cheers for reminding me."
But let's hope not, anyway.
Oh, I don't think we'll ever see Exeter in the Championship. I hope not.
I hope that doesn't jinx.
No, I don't need to jinx it. It's not going to happen.
I'd only take it if we were there too, basically. If they were in the Championship and we were in League One, I would punch something.
Yeah, of course. But for the preview today, we've got loads of topics to talk about. Obviously, what topics about Watford as well. We will go through that. Obviously, Plymouth Argyle, our lineup, and obviously a little bit of a talk from our previous game. And of course, as well, like the predictions, we usually do the predictions. Of course, I'll have to get Liam to post them on the chat when we're off. But for me and Jack, we can do our usual predictions that we do every week. Yeah. I won last week, but will Jack take the crown off me this week? We will see.
That's the headline summary, isn't it? Speaking of predictions, guys, my official Premier League predictions is now out on my YouTube channel. Check it out when you do.
Go and check it.
And it's just been released before Burnley Man City kick off tonight at Turf Moor.
Yeah, go and give it a check. And it's going to be interesting as the Premier League.
All I will say is Harvey won't be too pleased about it, but that was expected anyway.
Thanks. Thanks. I wonder why. I wonder why. But let's kick off today's preview. Plymouth Argyle versus Watford. Like Jack said, we haven't played Watford in God knows how long.
When we went down.
Yeah, when we went down 13 years ago, which is a long time ago now. And it's now making me feel old that I'm 20 years old right now, and I was only 7 when we got relegated, which is crazy. But how time flies. But today, now it's just going to be what lineups will we be with, and obviously Watford as well. They're growing a very decent team under David Wagner, a manager that I have followed quite a bit. Obviously, he was at Huddersfield and he moved around a bit, and now back in the Championship.
Don't you mean Valerian Ismail? David Wagner's Norwich boss, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Valerian Ismail.
Don't worry. At some point, he will be Watford manager, and I'm sure we'll get onto that in a bit.
To be fair,
Yeah.
that wouldn't surprise me.
To be honest, that wouldn't surprise me actually, because I'm used to Norwich. Do you know what? Yeah, because I'm used to Norwich. Ballymumba's come back, so that's why I'm used
Well,
to
to
that.
be honest, they're both very similar, aren't they? In going up
They're
and
both
going
very
down
similar,
same
yeah.
seasons, aren't they?
Yeah, they are actually. Speaking,
And
of
they're
it.
both yellow armies.
That's why. Because they're both yellow armies. That's why I'm used to. Whatever. But we will swiftly move on. I'll just pretend I didn't say anything there. But we'll continue on. But obviously, for Watford, they have a decent squad. Obviously, they have been in the Championship for quite a while now. Obviously, going through the Premier League multiple times and then not ending well multiple years. And for the last couple of years, they have been. It hasn't been pretty the last couple of years, though. For obviously for the finishes that you have had, but obviously, and you are now obviously this season wanting to challenge for the playoffs, I would presume, for this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough ask to actually get into the playoffs, considering of all the big sides that have been relegated from the Premier League. I mean, you've still got the likes of Middlesbrough still knocking around Millwall. So I think if Watford can manage to sneak into the playoffs, get that sixth spot, I think Watford fans will be delighted with that, because we've had a massive turnover of players this summer. We've got rid of 20 players. The club needed a whole reset. There was so much deadwood in the side, and it was big players we've lost as well. Tom Cleverley's retired. Ismail Assar's gone to Marseille. Joel Pedro's gone to Brighton, and then Craig Cathcart, who's he's been released.
Yeah.
So we've got rid of a lot of experienced players, and I think we've only brought in 5 players so far as well. So we're using a lot of youngsters from the academy as well. But they came into the side last season and actually did quite well, and actually showed the experienced players how to actually do it, and how to put on a Watford shirt and show a bit of pride and passion. But yeah, it's been a difficult couple of years being a Watford fan. Obviously, we had 6 fantastic years in the Premier League, and when I say that out loud, I have to pinch myself feeling, Jesus, how did we do 6 years in the Premier League? A little side like Watford, like we're the same size as probably Burnley as well, and they probably feel like they're punching above their weight as well. Like we class ourselves as maybe a top 30 side in England, not a top 20. If we get in the Premier League, fantastic, and if we can stay there for a couple of years. But ideally, Watford, it's a small town, and to get into a Premier League, we definitely know we're punching above our weight. But we just want to try and be an established top Championship side and try and kick on from there. But yeah, it's been a massive turnover. New manager, who knows how long he'll stay at the club. You know, Watford like to get rid of their manager after the first international break. It happens every single season, and the last couple of seasons we've gone through 3 managers in a season as well. So you never know what you're going to get from Watford, but the owners seem like they like Valerie Ismail. They're actually recruiting to what players he actually wants to bring in, and to his philosophy, his formation. We've never done that before to any other managers under the Pozzo era. So it looks like they've done a change of strategy. But yeah, I think playoffs would be a realistic target to go for this season.
Yeah, and I think a lot of Watford fans would be very interested and very excited to see how this season goes for all of you lot as well. It's a very exciting time. Obviously, the players that you've got, and the game that you had last week, the massive win against, I think it was QPR, if I'm sure. I think it was QPR. I don't want to get it wrong again. Let's not get any more wrong things today. That's all I'm saying. But obviously, and the players that I kept an eye on, Bio was one, looked really good as well. Sema, another player that I kept an eye on. And there's many more, but they're most of them are young players as well. I think another one was Martins. I think he's only like 19, I think. Yeah. But you've got a good young and talented looking team that can go pretty far. But how far can it go? It's a little bit like Argyle right now. We've bought some decent young talents back. Obviously, Morgan Whittaker's come back. Ballymumba's come back. and Finn Azaz has come back, and then we bought many more other players. But it depends. Can all of these players really get you further up the table? And with Watford as well, Tom Cleverley, another player that I remembered so much. Obviously, back in the old Man United days, I remember that name, and Cathcart as well, another one.
Well, he used to be at us. Cathcart did. He was brilliant for us.
I'm surprised that you haven't maybe gone in for him.
Yeah, I am as well, to be honest.
That's what I thought.
It's the same with Sonny Bradley, because now Derby's got Sonny Bradley, and he's another one.
Who was the other one that was born in Plymouth, Jack?
We also just released Aaron Gosling as well, who used to play for you as well.
Aaron Gosling's another one. Yeah, he's from
Gosling. Yeah. Yeah. There's loads of players as well that we could have got, but we rarely look either through the free agent transfer window. We rarely go through the free transfers. We mainly go for loans because we're loan.
The interesting thing is, though, is that if we did sign Cathcart, he would be experienced into our team as well.
It would be massive experience.
And the Premier League as well, of course, with Watford when they were in the Premier League.
Yeah, as well. But you could possibly say that Plagozello is a little bit of an experienced player, and
that's true.
He's still kind of young as well. So he's got many years ahead of him.
I know who my all-time favourite Watford player is, and I'll say that now. It just has to be Ben Foster. Just that man's just a legend.
Oh, cycling GK.
Yeah.
He splits the opinions of Watford fans. Because obviously, he's fantastic on the football pitch, but towards the end of his career, you could see that he was caring more about this cycling GK than his actually performances on the pitch. And it was like he was prioritising that over actually being a professional footballer. And if my club is paying your wage, I'd want you to focus fully on being a professional footballer instead of being a YouTuber. And we're actually seeing comments from Wrexham fans now. They lost at the weekend, didn't they, to MK Dons?
They did.
Wrexham fans are actually saying exactly the same things as what Watford fans said about him towards the end of his career. So it'd be a good one to keep an eye on.
That's interesting because I really enjoy his videos. That's the only thing. Oh, Harvey's gone. That's a really interesting topic, actually, because I know when I first saw his vlogs when he was in the Championship, I looked at them thinking, that's a new way of making new videos. Is while you're playing the game,
I wasn't able to see the chat
in the background.
It was very weird.
Filming yourself, just swearing at your back line the whole time. But I do see a point. I do see a point, though, regardless, Ben.
Sorry, chat. We couldn't see the live chat. I couldn't see the live chat on my screen now because nothing was popping up. But now I can see it. We've got 6 people in here. Absolutely fantastic. Got some comments as well. Marcus, our first away game. It's a Cornish thing, Harvey. Yeah. Luton will go straight back down. I do think that. Don't think of the past. Look forward to the present. And we are in the Championship and we are staying in the Championship. And that is what I hope can happen for us. Watford need to keep their managers.
I actually think that you guys will be all right this season. And I know we've not spoken about Plymouth Argyle yet, but from a Watford fan looking in, you've obviously just grown so much over the last couple of years, and I actually think you've got a decent squad already. And with the way Stephen Schumacher's got you playing, I think your home crowd is going to win you a lot of points this season. Going to Home Park is an intimidating place. I went back in 2007, which is showing my age because you boys are probably, you've maybe still in your nappies or something.
I was 8 years old that year. I was 8 years old that year.
Oh, God.
Exactly. So I came down for an FA Cup quarterfinals. And it was so intimidating. And I honestly think that you boys will win a lot of points and be that 12th man for this season. So I've actually predicted you for a mid-table finish this year.
That's where I've got us as well. That's why I think we'll finish 13th personally. But I don't know. We'll see. I've already said this
Watford Way in the chat. Absolutely fantastic.
I said this to Ben on the Watford podcast itself. I said the home games will be what's crucial, I reckon, for us. And because I can't lie, I don't see us winning many away games at all. But if we did, then it'd be unbelievable, of course.
I think we will. I think we will win most of our certain away games. I definitely think we will. I definitely think we could beat Huddersfield away. I think that's one we could definitely win.
The 2 I've penciled down are Birmingham and Swansea. Birmingham, because we knocked them out. Birmingham, because we knocked them out of the FA Cup 2 seasons ago at St Andrews, 1-0 win. I can see us repeat that. Swansea, because I think Morgan Whittaker will want revenge on his former club. And the Swansea game, I think, will remind me of how we beat Derby last season, but who knows?
Yeah, never know. Anything could happen. John Barnes is my favourite. John Barnes is my favourite Watford player. Yeah. Obviously, another one that I think a lot of people remember as well who was at Watford was Troy Deeney.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people will remember Troy Deeney. He was there for many years and give us an iconic
of the club. Yeah,
goal.
He wasn't the most talented of footballers, but he absolutely left everything on the pitch. And if he was going to win a ball, he would go through you to win that ball. And he wasn't scared about using his body, using his mouth to intimidate oppositions. And he was absolutely class, and he was exactly what we needed. Look, the whole Arsenal fan base hate Troy Deeney for his comments that he did on BT Sport one time. And he knows how to rattle opposition fans. And if you was come to Vicarage Road and Troy Deeney would go over to away fans and just unsettle them, because he knew what to do, and he knew if they were all targeting him instead of the other Watford players, then he's got an advantage because he can take that abuse where in theory he was protecting everyone else, and it was working to his advantage. And we did so well with him back in the Championship. He scored 20 goals in 3 back-to-back seasons in the Championship. And I don't know if you saw the Second Tier podcast put out a poll not so long ago about like the top 20 players in the Championship. They didn't put Troy Deeney in there once. And for him to score 20 goals back to back in the Championship for 3 seasons, I felt like he deserved to be at least in the top 15, 20 players for the Championship.
Definitely.
I think they just kind of forget that he actually did play at that
does.
level, and they just remember him for that Premier League time. But yeah, Troy Deeney is an absolute Watford legend.
And the thing is with Troy Deeney as well, he could do it. He could do it in the Premier League, and he could do it in the Championship. But he was mainly remembered in the Championship as well. That's the main thing. He should be in the top 15. He should be. He definitely should be, realistically. We'd rather win all, almost, if not all, home games at least, then gives us a chance of survival. Yeah. Hello, Max Gamer. How are you doing today? QPR and Rotherham should be winnable. They should be winnable. A lot of
QPR especially. We know how to beat Gareth Ainsworth now after last season.
Yeah. It took us a couple of years to beat Gareth Ainsworth's Wickham side, but yeah.
No, it's not just that. It's not just that. We just saw how dreadful they were last Saturday as well. Coincidentally, against you guys when you won 4-0 on opening day.
Yeah, I was unfortunate. I couldn't actually attend the game, so I've only seen the extended highlights because I was at my mate's son's second birthday party, so I had to take one for the team there. But yeah, missed a good Watford performance. But was it Watford playing well, or was it QPR playing really poor? I think it was probably a bit of both, but QPR, I think they're pretty much dead and buried for this season. But I don't think you can look too much into Watford's performance because it was against a very poor QPR side.
Well, I think that's what I was thinking because I mean I've got QPR bottom in my prediction, so in the way their loss actually doesn't surprise me in all honesty.
Yeah, like a lot of people said, Gareth Ainsworth. And I'm also going to say, in my opinion, he's not a Championship manager. Simple as that. I don't see him as a Championship manager, and I think a lot of people could agree with me. I can remember Watford beating Argyle 1-0 in the FA Cup semi-final in 1984. Goodness, I was going to
say 2007's the one I remember. That, you know what? That one really hurt as well because of the fact that first of all, we had a brilliant Championship season, finished 11th, of course, in the Championship that season, completely mid-table. Watford, of course, were in the relegation battle and scrap in the Premier League that season. Obviously, went down with Charlton and Sheffield United. And because I knew, of course, Watford were if not one of the worst teams in the Premier League in that season. I was there coming into that match thinking we have a chance here, you know. And it was a shame because we got knocked out, and it still remains the best FA Cup season I've ever seen our club do in, well, my lifetime, especially. Because I knew that was our best chance to get to the semi-finals. And we were at home and we were there thinking, we're playing on paper one of the worst sides in the Premier League for the quarterfinals. We could easily get into the semis at this point and surprise a lot of people, but we blew it. We blew it, that quarterfinal.
it's
It's a
just
tight game, though.
massive
Only
goals.
1-0. You boys were in it. It's just, we just
Yeah.
had probably a little bit too much on the day. But yeah, and then we went on to losing a semi-final at Villa Park against Manchester United. So yeah, it
Well,
was.
that's avenged Harvey easily. That has.
That's my second team. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, most of my family support Man United, so there you go. Do you know the worst thing is half of my family support Man United and half of my family support Liverpool. Let's leave it there.
The worst thing is for him is that
So
2007
So
season,
horrible.
his second team got beat in the final by my second team, so it ended up with me being the last laugh because my dad's a Chelsea fan, so they're my favourite Premier League team. Thanks to a Didier Drogba winner.
Should we move on? Should we move on? I think it'd be great to move on. The next topic as well, I'm going to talk about is obviously our last match. We played against Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup, 2-0 win at home.
Very solid 2-0 win.
Very solid 2-0 win. Could have been easily 2-1, but I don't know how they didn't score that opportunity in the first half.
Oh, literally.
They should have scored it.
Say, the clip at the start of my video just sums that up when I shouted Jesus Christ because I thought they were going to score.
Yeah. I don't know how they didn't score it, honestly. I don't know how they didn't score it. But Ben Waine getting a double, and it really does boost his confidence for hopefully potentially getting more games in the starting 11. But I just feel like Ryan Hardy will probably be the main striker that will be relied on for the next couple games.
Well, we were going to rest him for tomorrow regardless anyway. Same with Ballymumba. And then after tomorrow, we've got nothing until that crunch home match against Southampton next Saturday.
12:30. Okay, yeah.
And it's on Sky as well.
Yeah, and on Sky. We usually win on Sky, but I don't know. We'll see. But for predicted lineup though, Jack, for Watford, are you feeling a little different for predicted lineup wise?
I wouldn't say it'd be any different to. I wouldn't say it'd be any different to the game against Huddersfield. To be honest, I don't think. I know he was a little bit injured against Leyton Orient in the cup game. I don't know if I think Kane Kessler-Hayden's going to start tomorrow, but I can see him coming on from the bench. But my predicted lineup, okay, I'm going to go with. Well, we rested him for Leyton Orient, so yeah, Connor Hazard in goal. Back three now. Pleggy really impressed me on Tuesday night. I wouldn't be shocked if he ended up starting tomorrow. I'll put that out there now. I'm gonna say Plegzuelo, Dan Scarr, and Lewis Gibson as our back three tomorrow. Then
I was thinking Lewis Gibson, but
our wing backs
could have given Plegzuelo again.
Yeah, our wing backs, Mumba and Edwards. That wouldn't surprise me. And then I've got to put two in midfield. I mean, I'm going to stick with the same front three I predicted for Huddersfield, and that ended up starting as well, which was Callum Wright, Morgan Whittaker, and Ryan Hardy. My two in midfield, one of them has to be Adam Randall. Who do I think will start with Adam Randall in that midfield tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Because obviously we played for the formation we played though. We played a 4-3-3. We had Ballymumba, Whittaker on the wings, and then Ryan Hardy up front. We had Callum Wright, Randall, and who else was it? I can't remember who else it was now.
Actually, you know what? This might be a bit of a bold shout here, but I'm going to back him to start also tomorrow because he also impressed me against Leyton Orient on Tuesday. And I still think it's been a brilliant signing by us. I'm going to back Luke Cundle to be in that midfield tomorrow alongside Adam Randall.
He will get a start. He will get a start. I feel like he. And I was very surprised that he got a start one day after completing his signing, which I did not expect.
That surprised me as well. But no, he really impressed me against Orient. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he did. He impressed me as well.
Predicted 11. Who do you think will start for Watford tomorrow, Ben, against us?
I think Watford are probably going to make one change to their team. We played Stevenage Tuesday night and lost in the Carabao Cup. We
did, yeah. Watford's a derby, that is as well.
Yeah, not too far away from us. Valerie Ishmael actually only made one change for it because he obviously wants to get his philosophy across to the players and get them used to playing the right roles of what he actually wants. So he only made one change, and that was the goalkeeper position. So I'm
Yeah,
expecting a solid side tomorrow as well. But there was an injury concern where our right back Jeremy Ngakia took a heavy knock early on in the first half. So I'm expecting him to come out, and then we're going to bring in Ryan Andrews, who's an academy youngster, but he came in towards the end of the last end of the season and actually started for remaining games, and he was actually really good. And many Watford fans would actually start him over Jeremy Ngakia because we feel like he can actually offer a bit more than Jeremy Ngakia. So it will probably be one change to the team that beat QPR 4-0. So it'll be the new club captain in goal, Daniel Batman.
yeah.
Then it'll be
Yeah.
James Morris over on the left-hand side, Ryan Andrews on the right-hand side, and then the two centre halves is Wesley Hoot, who used to play for Southampton, and Ryan
Yeah.
Porteous that we signed from Hibernian in January. And then the midfield three will be Tom Deddy Basharu, Francisco Sirielta, who's actually a centre half, but we're playing him as a defensive midfielder, which is interesting. But he did
A
really
lot
well
of teams
against
are doing that.
QPR. Imran Loser making up the midfield three as well, who's probably our star player this season. So I'll keep an eye on Imran Loser. And then the front three would be Mateus Martins on the left, Ken
Yeah.
Semmer on the right, and then Vacuum Bio through the middle. And Vacuum Bio, he went out on loan halfway through the season last year because he weren't really getting any game time. But Watford don't really have any strikers at the moment. And to be fair, in his last two games, he started both and scored in both games. So he's actually came back with a point to prove, and he's actually looked really useful.
And another
Do you
player
think
that
Tom
I
Ince will
forgot.
start tomorrow?
Wait, what'd you say there, Jack?
I was just going to say, do you think Tom Ince will get some game time tomorrow?
No, so he joined Watford with a bit of a niggly injury, and I think he had surgery in the summer. So he's actually a week away still, which will probably be music to you guys' ears. So he'll be
No.
available for the following week away to Stoke City. I think we got so he's not available yet, and neither is Jamal Lewis that we've signed from Newcastle, who used to
Jamal
be
Lewis. Yeah.
yeah, he used to be Norwich's left wing back. So
Yeah,
he's a
yeah, that's
couple of
very
years
true.
behind as well. So yeah, you
Norwich
won't be
and their
seeing
bloody
any of
wing
those.
backs, isn't it? Ay, ay, ay. What is it with them?
They've just lost
So
another.
many
They've
world-class
just lost
wing backs.
another fullback today. And Max Aarons has gone to Fulham. No, not Fulham.
No, Fulham.
Bournemouth. He's gone Bournemouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Aarons has gone to
He
Bournemouth.
was close to going to Leeds and then he got hijacked.
Yeah, that was it.
And another player that I'm going to mention as well, I remember you signing him for the summer, is Reece Healy.
Yes, we've signed him. So he's obviously played in the English football before. He was at Cardiff. He was at MK Dons, and then he went over to Toulouse in a second tier French football. And he's actually
Yeah.
scored, I think, 35 goals in 2 seasons for them, and helped them get promoted to the top tier. And he was a fan's favourite over there. But then what happened to him last season was he picked up an ACL injury in the first
Oh,
couple of games of the season, which ruled him out. And then his contract was expiring. He came back for the last game of the season. He scored away to Monaco, but they didn't want to renew his contract, so they released him. And then Watford jumped in and signed him up straight away. So he'll be on the bench tomorrow. He didn't come off the bench against QPR, but he played 15 minutes against Stevenage, and because of this ACL, and Watford have got a terrible history with injured players. We're
yeah.
not throwing him into the deep end straight away. We're trying to like gradually build up his fitness, get his conditioning and strength there, and then he'll probably be starting. But I'm excited to see what he brings because from whenever you sign a player, everyone goes onto YouTube, don't they, to have a look at his
Yeah.
highlights and see
YouTube
what they're doing.
highlights. Get the YouTube
And
highlights
they all look
rolling.
amazing, don't they? And they fool us so many times, going, "Oh my god, he's fucking amazing!" And he's the next Messi. But from his
Yeah.
goals, he can score any kind of goal. He's a poacher. He can score long distance goals. He can score with his head. He scored a couple of overheads kicks as well. So I'm really excited to see what he can bring for what to Vicarage Road. And I think we signed him on a 2-year deal as well. So it's not like We signed him on a long contract, so obviously he's got a point to prove. If he wants to stay here longer, he's got to work hard for it, and then we might offer him a new contract. And I think it's wise to have a 2-year contract with someone who's got histories with an ACL as well. You can't jump into it, and because Watford have been guilty of giving contracts to people with injury histories, long contracts, and then you just can't get rid of them afterwards because no one else wants to come in and take them, especially on the high wages that clubs pay for them as well.
Reminds me of a certain Manchester United team. There you go. Reminds me of a certain Manchester United team. Phil Jones, Harry Maguire. They can't get rid of them.
Has he definitely gone to West Ham now, Harry Maguire?
He's going to be having a medical. The deal should be completed on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm surprised he's going now. More comments coming through. Marcus, hello, Stevie in the chat. Richard in the chat. Graham Turner as well. Thank you for coming
Meanwhile, I've just had a message from one of my best friends who's just unsurprisingly messaged me saying, I've just watched your predictions video. What are you smoking as per usual?
Lovely. What great comments.
Every year I get this, but part of football. So
I didn't realise Tariq Wright is a winger striker according to Transfer. He's more of a winger. Marcus, I could say. It could be worse. You're supporting the dear. Sorry, I'm late. I got into Resident Evil Biohazard. Yeah, nice one. Nice one. I just realised what you said there. I think you'll be surprised how Argyle played, Ben. It'll be a tough game for us. No matter what happens tomorrow, it will set the bar for us for the rest of the season. So I think Watford will be top 6. From Stevie in the chat.
Oh, cheers, Stevie.
That's an interesting comment. I could predicted
2-2 as well for tomorrow.
I know I had my predictions. I'll
tell you what, if it's 2-2 tomorrow, and Ben already knows this already. If it's 2-2 tomorrow, considering I don't think we're going to get anything tomorrow, if it's 2-2 tomorrow, I will celebrate it like as if we've won the league because I know getting a point at Vicarage Road tomorrow would be precious for us.
Yeah, I predict to finish in top 6. There you go.
Yeah, like I said to you the other day, Jack, I think for Plymouth Argyle, this is an absolutely massive game. It's your first game back in the Championship since 2010.
It is, yeah.
Out the away end. You sell out the away end wherever you go. You're always in loud voice as well, and you'll be that 12th man. And it's not been very positive on the Watford front lately, and it's been a bit toxic as well. So our atmosphere isn't amazing. So I'm expecting you boys to drown out any noise that comes from the other 3 stands at Watford. And I honestly think with the momentum you've got from winning the League One, getting 100 points, scoring so many goals last season, I honestly think that you could turn up to Vicarage Road tomorrow and upset Watford and go home with the 3 points because it would be very Watfordy for us to do that to a newly promoted side. And that's no disrespect to you guys.
No, none taken at all.
Yeah.
We are the team that gifts teams 3 points at times. It happened so many times last season. I'm just hoping that under Valerie Ishmael that he's installed a new mentality where we're not just going to roll over, which we saw so many times last season. But honestly, I would not be surprised if you get 3 points tomorrow, and you boys will have a lovely coach journey back home with plenty of alcohol, I imagine, and you're going to be bouncing off the walls.
Well, to be honest, if I drink too much alcohol, Ben, my vlog's just going to look really unstable. So I don't think we want that, to be honest. So,
the camera's all dim.
But yeah, I'd definitely be energetic, 100%. I'd definitely be energetic without a shadow of a doubt.
You're always energetic even when you're not drunk. So
exactly.
There you go.
Are you going tomorrow, Harvey?
We're both going, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going as well. I know Liam's going as well. It's a
bit of an update. This might sound really crazy, but I'm actually starting my journey tonight. And the only reason being is because I got a friend who lives
early.
It's not just that. I got a friend who lives in Somerset who I'm going to be seeing beforehand. So, yeah, no, just a catch up and all that. And then in London tomorrow morning, then just make most of the day, really. And I've also found a way to get there really cheap. So it's actually not too bad.
Nice. No,
that's coming from someone who's currently on universal credit right now. So that's actually helped a lot. So there we go.
There you go. Same for me. Stevie, score prediction 2-2.
That's what I mean. If it's 2-2 tomorrow, I will celebrate like that's a win, basically.
Yeah, I'm going Rich, and Jack's going, and Liam's going. I've got this nagging feeling that Cosgrove will come back on loan. No. Just no.
I can't see happening. Coming back. I'll tell you what, it would be the worst feeling ever, though, is if we don't want him back, but the worst feeling ever would be we don't bring him back and then he bloody scores a winner for Birmingham in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, don't say that.
He's not even playing.
Scott Hogan's playing for them, so I don't think he's ever going to get a chance.
I was just going to say, I'll be fuming.
Yeah, nice, Rich. Doing the VOD tomorrow, absolutely brilliant. And what about Ennis? Wow, he's only getting game time in the Carabao Cup right now, so that's all I could say.
Well, I saw his reaction when he was on that bench for Blackburn. I think the reaction and face he showed was regrets on leaving our football club, I personally think.
You should never... I don't know why he's gone. I don't know why he went there. He was getting game time at Argyle, and he knew that he was a main threat to against other teams for us.
Only thing being though is that I knew Blackburn needed a new goal scorer because Ben Brereton Diaz has gone to Villarreal.
But to be honest, so one negative and guaranteed thing that I know about Niall Ennis is that he's always he always daily hops into the to get himself checked up because he always gets injured all the time. So that's another thing. The amount of injuries he got there last year and multiple, just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And he got injured when he went to Blackburn. So that's all you need to say. It's just ridiculous.
You want to put it that way, yeah. What's your predicted lineup for tomorrow, Harvey?
Probably nearly exactly the same like you said, really.
Oh, really? Also, you think Luke Cundall will play as well, then, like me?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I like it when a manager keeps a winning side. I don't like it when
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
We shouldn't change a winning side, and I feel like
the only way we can change a winning side is if one of our winning players was injured. Simple as that.
That's it. Simple as that. But I would like Plegazello to play because from what he showed the other day, he looked really, really good. Very solid. Ran with the ball very well. Could drive the ball at the field through the midfield. He's a brilliant defender with brilliant experience from what I can see. Playing in Eredivisie, FC Twente, looked very, very solid. And the tackles he pulled off as well, top notch. Couldn't ask for anything better. It will be an interesting game, yes, Stevie. Ben, I noticed the highlights of the Watford on the weekend. You come out the blocks fast. Are you worried by the pace of Ballymumba and Morgan Whittaker from Richard?
You know, I saw Barley Mumba's goal last week, so I'd be crazy not to be worried because that boy, he can travel with the ball, can't he? And I can't believe Huddersfield backed off him so much and just allowed him to have that much space. It was like the sea parted for him and he just ran through. And it was a fantastic finish as well, so you can't take that credit away from him. But yeah, obviously... Look, I'm scared for any Plymouth Argyle player at the moment because you're high on confidence, winning the title. You won last week. You're going to be bouncing. So, but those two in particular, I highlighted them when I spoke to Jack during the week and I asked him about them. Yeah, they worry me a lot, and Whittaker as well. He takes his goals very well. I know you've just signed him on a permanent basis as well, and I think that's fantastic for you guys as well to be getting him back, not just on loan but on a permanent basis as well. So yeah, I am a bit wary of what threat you're going to bring to Vicarage Road tomorrow.
Yeah. Away form last year, of course, is an example of I wouldn't say how bad we are, but how
actually, to be fair, Harvey, at the end of the day, I know there were some really questionable away performances last season that we had, but we did end up coming third in away form at the end, only behind Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday. So we actually
the only questionable ones was Peterborough at Charlton. That's the only questionable ones you could say.
I mean, I've already said to I think I said this to Ben on his podcast anyway, but to everyone in general, I literally said you could put Fleetwood in the Championship right now. We'd still outclass Huddersfield 3-1 on the opening day, yet we still wouldn't be able to beat Fleetwood in the season.
They always do it to us. They always do it to us every single time. I just don't understand how...
Who's Watford's bogey side, Ben?
Bogey side?
It's interesting.
it's hard to say because we've obviously been in the Prem and the Championship, but Premier League, we would always beat Newcastle, and now they've came into for money. I don't think that would ever happen again. Bogey side in the Prem, I don't know, maybe like Fulham. Fulham always got a decent record against us. But
Yeah.
Rotherham, they've beaten us on a few occasions. This is what I mean. Watford are like the gift that keeps on giving with the lower sides. Would always turn up and not particularly play well against them, and Rotherham was one of them. So yeah, but then before the 4-0 victory over QPR last week, we hadn't beaten QPR for about 10 league games. So I'd probably throw QPR into the mix as well.
You know what's interesting about that as well? That's why before the season began, and with my game week 1 predictions, that's why I backed QPR to get a point at Vicarage Road. Because even though I got them bottom, I just saw the record and I thought it's a near enough London game. I wouldn't be shocked if they got a point. But obviously, you guys battered them. And I've now got QPR to lose 2-0 to Cardiff this weekend. So there we are.
With your team as well, I'm looking at it, and the only, like, I don't know if I say it's a weakness, but I think the only area we can exploit is possibly your defence, because you did concede a lot of goals last season. Do you guys reckon that's probably the case?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Compared to other sides in the league, like your Boltons and your Barnsleys, we actually did concede quite a lot, to be honest. It was our attack that was the main thing. But then again, when we lost Michael Cooper to injury, I'm pretty sure we conceded more anyway, Harvey.
Yeah, we did concede more when we lost Michael Cooper. But another thing you could put into consideration as well, sometimes it was like Charlton as well, an example, and Peterborough. We push too far up the field, we leave too many gaps, and then we end up conceding more and more from then on. That was too far up.
Well, that was the only goals. In an otherwise outclassing, superb first game back, that was the only weakness we had against Huddersfield, was that we made one defensive error and we paid the price for it, and they equalised. We can't keep.
It was an unlucky goal.
We can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that against teams in the Championship this year. And of course, the second half.
The thing is, with the Championship, you can't get away with stuff like that.
Like we saw it when we was in the Premier League, like the quality with each division, you go up. Like Premier League, one chance and it's in the back of the net. Championship is probably 2-3 chances and it's in the back of the net. League One maybe a bit less, but the higher you go up, the less chances it will actually take them to punish you for these little mistakes. So hopefully for you guys, you can iron that out this season and improve on that defensive record. But I'm looking at it tomorrow going, cool, we can probably get at that defence, and if we can maybe score first, then we've probably got a chance of going on to maybe getting the 3 points.
Yeah. And I think that was, well, last season though, Jack. I think it was a couple times where we conceded first and we came back to win. We were
very good at comebacks, basically.
We were very good at comebacks.
Shrewsbury away, Shrewsbury at home, Ipswich at home. Who else can I think of? Derby at home, Derby away.
Derby away.
We nearly did it at Pompey, but then they had other ideas to make it 2-2 right at the end.
Yeah, they had other ideas. They always do it. Yep. They always do it.
Even Exeter at home, we ended up winning 4-2, and they were 2-1
Basically, we came back twice.
They took the lead twice, and then we went to take control in the second half.
Yeah. But against these Championship teams now, you can't really expect to get away with the type of errors that we were getting away with last season. It's a different league, but it's a higher level. If we'd done the same that we did last year, you wouldn't get away with the type of little mistakes we made. We wouldn't get away with that. We wouldn't get away with it at all. We would make so many more mistakes. Charlton fan again. Another £5 dono. Goodness me. What is it with these £5 donos?
Well, like I told you already, Harvey, if he'll probably give us more than a £5 donation if we knock out Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup next round.
Charlton fan saying, is it true Blackett Taylor linked with Watford?
Is he linked with Watford? Corey Blackett Taylor, he was at Charlton.
Yeah, not that I've heard of. I'm normally quite good with knowing who we're after in that. So yeah, not that I'm aware of. But one player we are heavily linked with, and it probably could get done soon, is Sorry Cabba, who was on loan at Cardiff City last year, the central striker. I think is currently contracted to a team over in Belgium. So that's the area we're looking to strengthen at the moment. So yeah, I think Sorry Cabba will be the next one through the door at Vicarage Road.
Yeah, fair play. But thank you, Charlton fan, again. £5 dono. I think that's the 5th time now you've donated £5. Thank you very much. Like I said, you didn't need to do that, but some people are very, very generous in this one, and everyone's spamming the hearts.
All the same word as me.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think the boys will give it everything tomorrow. Feeling confident we can come home with some points. Holloway, Error, Rich. Yeah. Wow, they're talking about they're talking about the last game we won against Watford. I think that's what they're talking about in the chat. Our fitness won us the league last season. We won a lot of games in the last 15 minutes last season. Yes, and then Stevie's spamming the Jack moat.
I was just about to say Stevie's just about to spam the Jack. I was like, he has just spammed the Jack.
Yeah, he's spamming the top man and no emote. Lovely. Yeah, the FA Cup game. Argyle 83 says 2-1 to Argyle. If we won 2-1, I'll be loving knife. I'll be on the train. I'll be getting hammered. Simple as that. There you go.
I'll be jumping on his back all night. So there we go. That's what it tells you.
Yeah, that's what you could basically say. But,
what? Even I was just going to say, even if we did get a point tomorrow, Harvey, that brings huge confidence going into our home game against Southampton as well, who are one of the favourites as well for this season.
Yeah, definitely. Then I'd say they're probably one of the main favourites to get promoted this season. I predicted them 8th. So
I was going to say, we haven't got them promoted. Well, I've got them in the playoffs, so I don't think they'll go up. I've got Leicester, Sunderland, and Millwall.
I predicted Watford 6th and Southampton 8th. I predicted Southampton 8th is because the departure of Ward-Prowse and the departure of Romeo Lavia could still happen.
Why. See, your reasons for Southampton is what I have for Leeds, because I have Leeds to finish 8th.
Basically.
But I can't lie. I'm probably regretting my Sunderland 2nd prediction now after their performance against Ipswich.
I don't know why you put Sunderland 2nd. Why you put Sunderland 2nd?
They'd be not just a dark horse, but I genuinely thought they'd be a force to be reckoned with who they have this season. But I'm kind of regretting it now after their performance against Ipswich last week because they were shocking in that second half.
Yeah. Yep. A big regret moment for you. That's what I'm going to say. I'll take a point tomorrow.
It's only been one game, so early to tell, but they did look terrible.
Our defense has to be tired. Oh, my days. Okay. Oh, God. 83. Goodness me. Yeah. But score prediction wise, what are you all predicting for score prediction?
All bets down. Do you want to go first, Ben?
Yeah, I'll go first. I've got to be positive. Although I know how difficult it's going to be tomorrow, and like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if you do get something out of the trip tomorrow. But I've got to stay positive. So I'm going to go probably for a 2-1 Watford win. I do think you guys will score.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that maybe we've got a little bit too much for you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, and to be honest, I obviously that is what my head says, obviously, but my heart, I would have said like a 1-0 or 2-1 win for us. But realistically, will it happen? I don't see it happening. Let's be honest here, chat. We could. Anything can happen. It's football. We've seen weirder things happen before, but
the only reason why I also think we're going to lose 2-1 is because I think we're going to pick up points and wins elsewhere in the season. But will be interesting to see. No matter if I've got us to lose, I am going to back Whittaker to score regardless.
Yeah, no problem, Ben. And I'm going to say my score prediction. I'm going to say 2-1. Not 2-1. Oh yeah, 2-1 to Watford, and of course Ben had to go. But thank you, Ben.
Thanks for coming on, Ben. Honestly, I really appreciate that.
Absolutely brilliant. I still can't believe I've got that manager messed up. Oh,
I'm just trying to impressionise that groan there.
I want to cry. But Watford fans, don't hate me. All right, I need to close up. I need to go close up for this. Don't hate me, please. Don't hate me. Honestly.
What are you even doing anyway?
What?
I'm confused.
I'm just saying. Don't hate me. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
don't
right.
hate me.
I thought you were giving them some sort of high five or something. By all means.
High five. I'm like something like from Dude Perfect. Oh, Jesus.
I do think, I'll say this now, I do think we'll take the lead, though, tomorrow. But then I see them getting 2 quality goals in the second half.
Yeah, fair play. Comments before we go into our, I was about to say annual, but our daily match predictions. Obviously, Argyle 83. Yeah, you said that. Pleggy will start tomorrow's class. My heart's saying 1-1, but my gut's saying 3-1 Watford. Yeah, understandable. And Graham spamming the top man and the come on you green emote. Lovely jubbly. Be confident, boys. We are going to be confident. Watford smashes us first half. Going to think they won the game. Argyle score 2 late goals in the second half. Lol.
Well, there's another one of these predictions where I'm going to say, obviously, I think we'll lose, but I hope the lads prove me wrong.
Yep, same. We will concede 100%. We are open just the way Schumacher plays, but
if Liam says, "Oh, I think Watford's going to win tomorrow," and then he's fuming that we won because I got a bet on it, then he's a fraud.
Well,
our club goes first, Liam, not money.
Well, he's just messaged me his predictions, so let's go straight into it. Yay! All right, let's get straight into predictions, everyone. 1-1 is going to be very tight, and if there's a win, it's going to take a moment of brilliance or a mistake. Yeah, 2-2 draw. Yeah, but thank you very much. Charlton fan, for the £5 dono, and just for you lot, should we give out another gifted member? That seems like a very good idea, doesn't it? That seems like a very, very good idea. All right, Let's do that, because thank you, Charlton fan, as well. You're an absolute legend, obviously. All right, let me get back on here. Obviously, my score prediction as well, Jack. I said 2-1 to Argyle to score. I'm gonna say.
Are you backing us to win? Oh, go on, Harv.
Oh shit, Argyle. No, I'm sorry, Watford. Sorry.
To win, mate. Go on, mate. Do one for the team, there, pal.
I'm making so many mistakes today.
I was gonna say, if you backed us to win, that's one for the team. That's class.
Oh, one for the team.
Yeah, at least one of us is backing us to win. Yeah,
take it to the team. 2-1 Watford, and I'm gonna say Bio to score. That's on. Bio or Martins. Oh, I'm gonna go for Bio.
I'll say, do you want me to get their squad up for you?
I think it will most likely be Bio. Definitely. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And Liam has predicted 2-0 Watford and Dele Bashiru to score.
I don't see that happening personally, but we'll see.
I don't see that happening either.
Right. What are we...
Let me get YouTube up.
Should we go from top to bottom on FOTMob here, Harvey?
All the best for the rest of the season. Yes. The Watford way. Absolute legends. Thank you for coming on. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we, if you do want to come on for the review, you happily can. You can happily come on for the review.
Just don't gloat too much if you end up winning tomorrow. Now
come
on whenever you like.
I don't think they'll gloat. I don't think they'll gloat. Let's be honest here.
It's just banter. It's great banter.
It's just banter. The way you said that, then
this is great banter.
Yeah, but the gifted members coming in. If you want to win it, just accept gifts, and you will get a gifted member.
Harvey, I was just gonna say I might have to go in 15 minutes, so I might have to go through all these predictions if that's all right with you.
Yeah, I'll go through them quickly with you. But Peter Stork got one.
Oh, nice!
Congratulations, mate! Congratulations.
Are you sure? I was going to say I can happly do mine now if you want, and then I can leave the rest.
I'll do mine with you because I don't want to be on for too long either. So
okay, all right then.
Go ahead.
All right, and so we've now got Coventry versus Middlesbrough at the Ricoh Arena. Now, I can't lie. Daryl is going to hate this stream, but I don't care. I genuinely see this happening. With the way they played against Leicester, I know I'm going to back a Coventry win. I genuinely see Coventry winning this tomorrow.
Yeah, same.
I don't see Borough getting anything at the Ricoh tomorrow. Their record at the Ricoh is terrible as well. They didn't impress me versus Millwall. Coventry lost to Leicester, but they did impress me against Leicester. I'm going to back Coventry to win this. I don't know who I think's going to
I might potentially go for a Coventry win as well, or I might go for a draw. I might go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for. I'm going to say Ellis Sims to score and for it to be 1-1.
Oh, okay. I'm going to back 2-0 Coventry. I am going to back 2-0 Coventry, but who do I think's going to score for them?
Well, Liam predicted 2-1 Coventry and Godden to score.
I'm going to back the same guy that scored against Leicester last week. I don't know how you pronounce it. McFadzean, yeah. Fair play. I just think he'll be well. I just think he'd be well up for the challenge after last week's confidence, despite losing to your arch rivals.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, I'm going to back Coventry to win that 2-0. I honestly will. The next game is Birmingham versus Leeds at St Andrews. Birmingham, of course, getting a point at Swansea last time out, and Leeds having a home game to forget against Cardiff with drawing 2-2.
Yeah.
Look at Leeds' injury list. Stuart Dallas is there, Patrick Bamford, Junior Firpo, Jack Harris.
Yeah, they've got a pretty big injury list.
You know what? I know Leeds will be big favourites coming into tomorrow, and I know this might sound biased from me because I can't stand them, but I didn't think they looked that bad against Swansea last week.
Tyler Adams will be.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tyler Adams will be back for them soon because the deal to Chelsea got failed.
Yeah,
so he's going back to Leeds.
Well, the thing is, I didn't think they were that bad against Swansea last week, and they were away from home. I genuinely see Birmingham giving Leeds the game tomorrow. I'm going to back 1-1 between these two. So Leeds to continue having a slow start to the season.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. And I'm going to say Sinistera to score. I've heard as well that Wilfred Gnonto is not starting tomorrow. So
who's that for? Sorry, Leeds or Birmingham?
Leeds. Wilfred. I don't think Wilfred Gnonto would be starting tomorrow. So from what I've heard, Sinistera is most likely going to start. There with that Pervader guy, Daniel James, and then Gelhardt up front.
I am going to back. Who am I going to back to score? It will be a Birmingham player. I know that for sure.
Siriki Dembele, because he scored last game.
See, that is true.
I was thinking.
I'm going to back. I'm going to back Tyler Roberts, and the reason being is that it's against his former club.
Yeah, I would have gone for either Scott Hogan or.
I was thinking Dembele because he did impress me against Swansea. But no,
I think I might put a bet on him to score.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I'm gonna go a 1-1 draw. I'm gonna predict Birmingham to surprise Leeds a bit tomorrow, and Leeds to continue to have a slow start to the season.
Yep, fair play.
Well, I can't lie. I think this will be a Cardiff win written all over it after the way they performed.
I'm gonna say 2-0 straight up.
QPR's shocking performance against Watford.
And who's their striker called again? Is he called Ugbo?
For Cardiff?
Yeah.
I think it is, as well. I'm getting a squad up on my phone.
He's the Canadian. I think he's Canadian. By
the way, what did Liam predict for Birmingham Leeds?
He predicted 2-1 Leeds. He predicted Wilfred Gnonto to score. I might have to message him that.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently he might be going to Everton. So
that's interesting.
Might have to message him to change that. Yeah, he predicted Ugbo as well, and he predicted 2-0.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't see.
Then.
When I originally made my official championship predictions, and I made that video on World Football Net, the reason why originally I had a 2-0 QPR win was, again, because of their record at the Cardiff City Stadium and the fact that I've got Cardiff to go down. But considering last week's performances, I just don't see it happening at all. And now I think it'll be the reverse scoreline. So yeah, I am going to back 2-0 Cardiff as well.
Yeah.
My goal scorer. So you're going to back Ugbo.
Yeah, I'm backing Ugbo.
I'm just having a look on who I think's going to score for Cardiff. I mean, to be fair, he did score against Leeds, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm going to back their other on loan forwards, Josh Bowler, who's on loan from Nottingham Forest. So the other one that scored against Leeds, so I'm going to back him to score. Thankfully, thankfully, the two usual suspects are not on the stream right now.
Two usual suspects. He's stolen my saying.
They'll just make such a terrible joke right now, going, "Oh, I bet he's going to bowling with a strike with that, aren't they?" I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
He's stolen my saying. All right, next one.
So yeah, I'm going to back 2-0 Cardiff. Millwall, Bristol City. Now that's interesting because in my original predictions, I backed Millwall to finish 5th and win the playoffs, Bristol City to finish 6th, but the news, and I've just recorded this today in my Premier League predictions news, they have just lost Alex Scott, their star player.
Yeah, he's gone to Bournemouth. I don't think Bristol City are going to finish higher than what I think they are now.
But Bristol City had a frustrating draw at home last week against Preston. Millwall, meanwhile, took a brilliant away win at Middlesbrough. And I can't lie, I think Millwall will end up the strongest of the two. So I'm going to back them.
I'm going to say the predicted goal scorer. The predicted goal scorer, Zian Fleming. I think that's his name. I'm going to predict him to score. Or is it that Nilbet guy? I think he's called Nilbet. I think he scored.
Well, the one that scored against Middlesbrough was S. I think that's his name. Essay, sorry, that's it.
Jack loves writing essays.
Exactly. There you go. There's a bad joke there already for you.
Yeah. I'm going to say Zian Fleming to score, and I'm going to say surprise one here. I'm going to say 3-0 Millwall. Actually,
you know what? That doesn't surprise me at all. I think Millwall will win this. I've actually changed mine. Actually, I don't think it will be 1-0. I'm going to say 2-1 Millwall, but I am going to back Anis Mehmeti to score for Bristol City.
Fair play. Fair play.
Which means we move on to now. So if I'm obviously going in the order of what my freaking phone said, not the order of this FOTMob. So I'll just go to what we have next. Huddersfield, Leicester. I can't lie. I think Leicester's going to batter them 4-1, and I say that now.
Leicester should beat them.
I am going to back 4-1 Leicester, and my goal scorer, again, I'm probably brainwashed by last week, but he was absolutely outstanding last week, I thought, against Coventry. I am going to back Dewsbury Hall to score.
Dewsbury Hall, I was thinking of predicting him. But I'm going to say, I'm going to say 4-1 Leicester.
Oh, same as me then, fair enough.
No, I'm going to go one step better, 5-1.
Oh, 5-1. Oh, fair enough.
I'll go one step better.
And
I'm going to predict.
This is where someone will come in now. This is where someone will come into the predictions now, going, "Oh, no chance they'll score 5-1." That's because you don't always predict anyone to score 5 goals, do you? Carry on ahead, Harvey.
I'm going to say Kelechi to score. Kelechi.
That's interesting because I've got Iheanacho predicted as my golden
boot. Both Vardy and Kelechi Iheanacho are on 50% chance. Both of them are 50% chance to start. So one of them should be starting. So
yeah, fair enough.
So I'm going to say Iheanacho. If he's not starting, then I'm going to predict Vardy. He's got to score one time, Vardy.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
He hasn't scored in a while.
I know which game I'm going to back Vardy to score, actually, and that's when Leicester plays Sheffield Wednesday, because he is a Wednesday fan himself.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is actually.
What was Liam's prediction then for this game, and also for Millwall?
He predicted 2-0 Leicester with Iheanacho to score.
And what did he do for Millwall, Bristol City?
Millwall, Bristol City. 2-0 Millwall and Fleming to score.
Oh, interesting. Okie dokie then. Speaking of Wednesday, they have Hull next.
Wednesday.
All
right, let's do it. Let's do it. It's time to do it.
It impressed Graham.
Come on, Wednesday.
I don't wait till we play Sheffield Wednesday at home, my intro is just going to be spammed with that, basically.
You're going to do like
There's
a
no
remix.
other word to it. There's no other words to it. I'm just going to call it that, because you all know what it is.
Yeah. You're going to do like something like Plymouth Argyle versus Come On Wednesday vlog.
Literally, my playoff final intro was basically that. It was Barnsley's and then we got Sheffield Wednesday's version. It's just Come On Wednesday.
Yep. All right. Let's get through these games.
I see Hull winning this personally. They're my dark horses for this season. I've got them to predict. I've predicted them to finish 11th this season. They're my dark horses. They have a decent record against Wednesday as well. Although, having said that, Wednesday's also vice versa the same. But if I was going to go basis on performance of last week, I personally thought Hull was better against Norwich than Wednesday was against Southampton. But Wednesday didn't play that bad, in my honest opinion, personally. But I think Hull's going to be too strong for them. I think they're going to edge it, though. I think they're going to edge it. If this was at Hillsborough, I might have said something different. But no, I'm going to back Hull to win this. And I'm going to back Estupiñán to score.
No problemo. I'm gonna say I think this could be I could see this being another draw. I could see it being one of them games again. I'm gonna say 1-1, and I'm just thinking because I was thinking of Liam Delap. I think I might go for Liam Delap.
I forgot about him to score. To be fair, that's all right. There's always next time. I highly rate Estupiñán anyway.
You can change it. Don't worry.
No, there's always next week. I'll stick with Estupiñán. I highly rate the guy anyway. He's class.
Fairs, no worries. You can go with him then. And then Liam as well. Liam predicted 2-1 Hull City with Estupiñán to score.
Oh, he's also got Estupiñán. Fair enough. Ipswich versus Stoke is next at Portman Road for Ipswich's first championship game back at home.
And Alex Griffin, he predicted, if you saw his prediction, he predicted 3-1 Watford and Whittaker to get sent off.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Whittaker to get sent off? What?
I mean, it probably will happen one day, but I don't think it will happen tomorrow.
I don't know if that's actually what he predicted, but
it was on his thumbnail.
Yeah, but if that is actually what you predicted, Alex, we'll leave it there.
Okay.
Lol, Graham Turner. Lol, Graham Turner.
It's interesting though, actually, because I think after their stunning performance against Sunderland, I think they'll outclass Stoke tomorrow. Personally, I reckon.
Yeah, I think they will as well. I think they will.
What am I backing here? I'm backing 3-0. I don't care. I'm backing 3-0 Ipswich.
I might go.
I am slightly leaning towards 3-1 though.
I might go for a 3-3.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting.
And the thing is with Stoke, obviously from what I saw in their first game, they look like a really decent side. They could be a work in progress this season, I think, and I feel like they could be an underdog team.
That's interesting because I've got Stoke as one of my underachievers this season.
Well, from what I saw in their first game, they looked really, really good.
No, I agree. So did I. But then again, they were playing a team. They were playing a team that I predicted to finish third bottom this season.
Yeah, and obviously they beat West Brom.
You could be right. They could start on Ipswich.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-3.
I am gonna stick with 3-0 Ipswich though, and my goal scorer, who impressed me against Sunderland. I know Leif Davis really impressed me against Sunderland last week. I know that for sure. As did Sam Morsey. He got man of the match.
Oh, Jesus, there we go. I don't know what happened there. It just resetted itself. Okay, we move. I'm gonna predict Vidigal to score. I'm gonna go with
a underrated one for Ipswich to score tomorrow, and that's Luongo.
Luongo. Yeah, you could see that happen. Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah, no, obviously last week I went with Broadhead because it was against his former club, and
he actually scored as well.
He did actually end up one of the 2 goal
and
scorers.
And it was a very lucky deflected goal, so let's see it there.
One of the 2 goal scorers I got right, the other one being Jerry Yates for Swansea.
Jerry Yates. Yeah. I'm going to say 3-3.
I think it's going to be so strong. So I'm going 3-0 Ipswich, and yeah, I am going to back Luongo to score.
I'm going to say 3-3, and Stoke to smash Ipswich could happen. But I'm going to say Vidigal to score.
If it was at the bet 365, I would have said otherwise on what could happen.
And then Liam predicted. Where did he do it? He predicted 2-1 Ipswich. Broadhead to score. Shark. Of course, he predicted Broadhead because he scored that week.
Because he scored last week against Sunderland. That means I must make sure I go for him tomorrow.
Yep, because that is what he does. All right, next one.
Right, so we've done Millwall, Bristol City. So on to Preston, Sunderland.
All right, off to Preston, Sunderland it is. Preston could bounce back with a win here. I'm not sure, but I think Sunderland could bounce back.
It's interesting.
Do you know what would be funny? You know what would be mad this season if Ryan Lowe got sacked?
You know what's interesting? I've backed him
before we even played him.
I've backed him to get sacked this season as well, but not that early. I think you get sacked like halfway through the season.
No, before we play him in the second time.
Oh right, yeah. That could happen. To be fair, could happen.
That would be mad.
God,
it would be funny because obviously he's our former manager.
Sunderland absolutely cursed me last week with their defeat when I thought they'd win no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that injury list as well. Even
they had a red card as well. Yep, they did have a red card. Excuse me.
Okay, I think Sunderland will be too strong for Preston. I am going to back them to win again, 3-1. So they better not let me down on that one this time. However, I am going to back a certain someone who knows very well how to score against former League One clubs when he was there for Wigan. I am going to back Will Keane to score for
I knew you was going to predict Will Keane. That's what I'm going to predict. I had a feeling you was going to predict him. I'm going to say 2-1 Sunderland. I am going to say 2-1 Sunderland, but I do think Will Keane will score.
Yeah, I'm going to back Will Keane to score, but Sunderland to win 3-1.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's Liam gone for this game?
Liam has gone for, if I can find it, he has gone for 1-1 and Jack Clark to score.
Oh, interesting.
I think he predicted. Did he predict Jack Clark to score last week? If I'm sure.
You know what he must have thought. Then he must have thought, in his own words, well, both teams were cack last week, so I'm expecting a draw.
Yeah, I think that's what he's expecting.
On to Rotherham versus Blackburn at the New York Stadium. Now, a lot of people see Blackburn as huge favourites for this, which is understandable. But if you do check their recent history, Blackburn. That reminds me of a pretty old classmate of mine who had a surname called Blackburn. But anyway, Blackburn's record at the New York Stadium is actually not very good. But I do think they will be bouncing after that home win over West Brom, which I backed as a draw.
I'm going to say...
I can't lie, I don't see Rotherham winning.
Hello, Leroy.
I don't see Rotherham winning this, but... I do see them getting a point. But I do also see a Blackburn win. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. I think. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Blackburn. Actually, 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
2-0 Blackburn. Fair enough.
I was going to say I'm going to back Niall Ennis just to take the piss, but I'm not. I don't think he will start anyways.
And of course, Cafu can't play because he was suspended. He got sent off against Stoke, of course.
Not the Cafu that you all think it is. Don't worry. Calm yourselves down. Okay? It's not who you think it is.
That'd be so funny. Comes out of retirement and comes to play for Rotherham United.
Bloody Rotherham. Oh, God. He's downgraded, lads. He's downgraded. Oh, dear.
He obviously wants just to help another club reach the Premier League.
But I'm going to predict Harry Leno to score. That's what I'm going to predict. And Liam predicted 2-1 Blackburn and Makande to score. So
I don't
There you
know.
go.
I really don't know for this one.
So the who started last week? So they had Dolan, Tyrese Dolan, Tronstad, Sonde Tronstad, Lewis Travis, Sammy Smodix, I think that's his name. Smodix, I think that's his name. Makande and Harry Leonard.
I reckon this will be a really tight game, to be honest, but I think Blackburn's going to edge it. I'm going to go 1-0. My goal scorer, though.
Are you going to predict Niall Ennis just for now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I was about to say.
Or do I just predict him for the absolute bants?
Just do it for the absolute bans. Take one for the team. If he's not starting, you can quickly. If he's not starting, I'll keep this for you. If Harry Leonard does start instead of Niall Ennis, you can automatically have him.
But you know what?
You're predicting Niall Ennis just for the ban.
Because
I know I'm forcing you to pick him. So
I know. It's just funny, isn't it? So yeah. Well, I'm going to back the other one to score. The one that scored against West Brom, Makande, to get the winner.
Makande, fair.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Blackburn.
All right, next one.
Next, we have got Southampton versus Norwich. Right, well, I'm going to put this out there now. I think Southampton's going to absolutely destroy Norwich, personally.
Southampton's going to win, let's be honest here. I'm going to say 3-1. I do think Norwich will put up a fight, though.
Ooh, okay.
But I think Southampton will probably end up coming out as likely winners, let's be honest here. If they do end up drawing this game or surprisingly getting a loss,
well,
I'll be
very,
very,
if they lose this game, and Southampton's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they will have a lot of work to do. I'm going to predict to score because they've got either Armstrong, Alcaraz,
I'm backing
Teller
to score, just like what he did against Wednesday.
Well, he does have a 90% chance of starting. Alcaraz does as well. I'm going to see as well who has a good percentage of starting for their attack.
I'm going to say 4-1 to Southampton with Teller to score.
Yep. All right, let's see. I'm just going to check projected.
What's Liam gone with anyway?
I'll have a look now. Yeah, Adam Armstrong has an 85% chance of starting, and Samuel Edozie has 80% chance. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I might go for Alcaraz. I might back Alcaraz.
Oh,
I was there. Oi, Leroy. Wow. You was at that game, was you? And obviously you'd done that silly emote.
Wait, what game was he there?
Oh, yes, I think he said, Richard F., it was around 1998-1999 season. Argyle won 2-0 on a Tuesday night. I was there. ...
Oh, fair enough. Nice one.
I'm old. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm going to say.
While we look at yours, what did Liam go for this game?
He went 3-1. Oh, same as me. 3-1. He put Che Adams.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a bit risky because I don't think he's going to start.
It's a good thing that FOTMob says here who's injured and all that, so we know.
Yeah. Well, I use a website called Play Sharper, and they have predicted lineups and percentages of them starting. So the percentage of chance of them starting. So if you want to look at that website, you can. So there you go.
Enough.
So for Norwich, Gabriel Sara 95% chance, Sargent 90% chance, and then Jonathan Rona. And if you want to check this website, guys, it is called Play Sharper. It gives you predicted lineups of some of the certain championship games. It doesn't give you out all of them, but for some of them, it gives you a percentage of who could actually have a better percentage of starting. If you do want to look at that, it's called the website's called Play Sharper. I'm obviously not going to I'm not going to make an ad, but I'm just saying. It's a good website if you want to check out who you think could be starting. So there you go.
I was going to say, while you predict this one, Harvey, I was just going to say I might throw my West Brom Swansea prediction out there now because I will have to go. Yeah,
because the Watford and Plymouth Argyle one we've already done. So.
Yeah, that we've already done. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose 2-1, but I hope the boys prove me wrong. West Brom Swansea, I am going to go over 2-2 for this one.
I'm gonna. Liam went 3-1 and Madger. I don't. I've heard Madger could start and be involved, but I'm not gonna say.
But I'm gonna back Jerry Yates because he did me proud last week.
I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm gonna say 2-2, and I'm gonna predict Jerry Yates as well.
Fair enough.
There you go, chat. There you go.
What are you predicting for Southampton Norwich?
Southampton Norwich. I predicted 3-1.
And who's your scorer?
With Alcaraz.
Oh, fair enough then.
All right, but there you go, chat. Done. Another preview done. Plymouth Argyle versus Watford away from home. No watch along, of course, but we will be at the games. Jack will bring you the vlog for the game, so get ready for that in a day or two time. He will bring you the vlog. It'll be a brilliant. It'll be a brilliant video to watch. Honestly,
especially if we win.
It will be brilliant. But the away day will be amazing. If we lose, it'll be still a brilliant experience and another stadium ticked off the list. That's all you could say about that.
Interesting. I've been to the ground before. I've just never watched a game there, so that'll be a first time.
Fairs. It's gonna be interesting as well because their away end is not really that big, if you get what I mean. But the rest of their stadium is pretty massive. But would you say it's like a little bit bigger than Home Park? Realistically,
it's bigger than Home Park. I know it's bigger than Home Park.
It's way bigger than Home Park. Yeah, I thought so. But hopefully you all enjoyed this stream today. It's been an absolutely fantastic stream. Thank you for Charlton Fan again for donating £5. You're a legend. And the gifted sub.
Harvey will do the outro, guys. I've got to shoot off. So yeah,
I'll do the outro.
All right. Up the Janice, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, guys. Let's get 3 points tomorrow. I'll see you all there.
Yeah. See you later, Jack. And for me as well. Yeah. I'm here on the screen as well. I'll see you all then. Take care. Goodbye. And I hope we can pull off a good result. Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you for the review.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.